Hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 3 in this matchup between ATN's or Socke versus Yoda here on Daybreak. We are all tied up at 1 game apiece. Yoda really coming on strong in Game 2, never really relenting, having a nice, very strong split attack, able to harass both the main base and the natural expansion, and with a meta backdrop, and just basically whittle down Socke, especially as Yoda was still having a very, very strong macroeconomic lead. We do go to a deciding third game in this best of three series, and Yoda has spawned this time as the blue Terran player on the top right hand side of the map, Socke the red Protoss on the bottom left. Now, I am interested to see what the strategies will be here on Daybreak, just because of the map. The map is fairly large, and the walking distances are fairly large, at least in the early portion of the game. The center rocks can get taken down, and when you take them down, it really shrinks down the size of the map. So for players who love distance early on in the game, that's great. And then if you want to be able to not have as much distance later on, perhaps a little bit of closer quarters, if you're trying to just move out with very, very fast melee units, or just very fast units in general, having the smaller map taking down these center rocks, a very good idea. Now, taking a look so far, Yoda is actually going to be going for a command center first here on Daybreak, a very, very aggressive economic build, and I am surprised to see this. With such a fast economic build here, what is going to be in store? That is definitely the question. So far, we can see a barracks. We do see that command center now. And is Yoda going to be getting in double refineries? Or will he be going for double racks first? If he goes for the double refineries, that is it is my belief that he will be going into a faster factory, and perhaps maybe trying to get into a little bit more mech play. Then again, bio play has been the preferred method of killing Protoss for Terran players, at least in Wings of Liberty. That may change in Heart of the Swarm, but so far Socke has shown that he can defend some of those attacks, and then sometimes Terran bio with stim and a whole bunch of medevacs is very, very difficult to shut down. Yoda sitting at 19 over 19 now. He will finish up this command center here in just a moment, and then continue to train up more and more units. Second orbital command already being trained, needs to build up a supply depot. Actually, never mind. He has an 11 free supply, essentially, from this command center off over here. All right. Double barracks, more marines still being added. A probe may be able to slip by here, take a quick, easy look around, and now is going to decide to back off. This zealot taking a little bit of damage, perhaps, from the... or this SCV taking a little bit of damage from the zealot. The zealot will just simply hold at the Zelnaga tower, or should hold at the Zelnaga tower, to get a little bit more information and insight. There you have it. There is that Zelnaga tower. Pretty much anytime units move out, if you want to get into your opponent's base or see what they are doing, hold these two Zelnaga towers here in Daybreak, and you will have a very good idea. So far, orbital command, double refineries still not yet taking place, as we are now going into a third command center. Yoda really hoping for a very long macro game. Now, this may be a little bit of a risk if Socke scouts this out or starts to build a lot more gateways, which we are currently seeing. If we see a 2-base 6-gate, which is possible coming in from Socke, that may just simply be too many powerful units early on. Yoda, instead, investing into this command center, he wants this command center to reach heavier saturation on all of his bases before he tries and take up a third, and hopefully he'll either take this as a third or this as a third. If Yoda takes this as a third, he's going to be much more aggressive, converting this to a planetary fortress and hoping to shut down any aggression. If he takes this as a third, he will be a little bit more defensive. We can see 3 barracks currently in play. We are now going into a 2-base 6-gate, and I believe Socke is going to pretty much have this game in his grasp if he can execute this build well. Yoda Now, upgrading to an orbital command, not even upgrading to a planetary fortress. Yoda really going to be heavily relying on mass marines to fend off whatever that Socke is going to be throwing at him. And what Socke is throwing at him seems to be a good number of sentries, zealots, and stalkers. If that guardian shield is up, those marines, instead of dealing 6 damage per attack, deal either 4 or 3 damage per attack, depending on if they're actually hitting the hit points or the shields of those Protoss units. Now, Stalker, Zealot, Sentry making their way over. What is going to be happening here? SCV now trying to make its way down. It is going to get intercepted and shut down there as the 2 proxy pylons are already set up. Socke is looking very strong. SCV is now coming off the mineral line. Are they going to be able to hold this? That is the question. And it's going to be very difficult. These SCVs need to be on auto repair. And is it going to be enough? Are the SCVs even on auto repair? No, it does not look like it, as we are going into mass bunkers. Socke, what's happening next? Are we going to see another 6 groups of units just warping in? Siege tanks with siege tech would be very helpful if they could hurry up and get here. 1 guardian shield already down, a 2nd guardian shield. There's some force fields, and Yoda just trying to defend this attack. It may not work here as more force fields are still being placed down. Offensive sentries, such a strong unit, as more and more SCVs coming off the mineral line to try and repair. It looks as though this one particular bunker may actually be able to hold out here as SCVs are taking a lot of damage. Are we going to see another force field? Yes, we are. The Marines are now backing off. Are they going to perhaps go into another bunker? No, they are not, as the mules are now trying to mine. SCVs, both sides fighting. Does Socke have enough to actually fend off this attack? And it looks like yes, or sorry, this reinforcements, and it looks like no, he doesn't. And that is potentially huge. But are we going to have enough bunkers in time? Socke does have a fair number of zealots. A new guardian shield could be coming up. More force fields could come down. It looks like they're just trying to use everything they have here. And here's the engagement. Sentries, zealots, stalkers. Are they just going to walk up the ramp? Yes, they are. And dealing massive damage here. A force field could come down from behind. And there you go. Yoda is in trouble, not being able to actually protect all of his SCVs. You can see the swap now. Yoda down to 33 supply compared to Socke's 69. And this is absolutely still devastating as the Zealots are still looking to reinforce. Stalkers looking to continue that pressure, but it looks like the worker kill count 36 workers, only 4 harvesters left for Yoda. And Yoda, even though he does have this 3rd orbital command, is not going to be able to do much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this best of 3 series.